A revolutionary. Say whoa. Trap revolutionary. Got the wave of too scary. Doing this thing like Malcolm ain't by any means necessary. We ain't got it by no one seen hand. We got the master plan. Get the movement going on. Right here where we stand, man. We bucking and stumping, fist pumping. Even though they tried to set us up for failure and kill us, we keep on coming. That's why somebody gotta step up and say something about the bullshit. Because if not, the blind gon' keep leaving.
Going on, y'all. I'll do this video real quick. I was talking to my cousin earlier. I'm in Ethiopia, and he was asking me about. He's like, man, do you know the history of Ethiopia, or you just winging it? So, I was discussing some stuff with him earlier about Ethiopia, which I knew about. I know that Ethiopia is one of the only African countries that had not been colonized by European nations or whatever. I also knew that about Alexander not wanting to come here after he had conquered Egypt around about 330 BC or whatever. He didn't want to come here. He didn't want to face Queen Candace because he knew of her military might, and power or whatever. So instead of historically being defeated and they're going, people talking about him in history that, yeah, he conquered Egypt, but then he suffered defeat in Ethiopia from a queen. He didn't want to face that, you know what I'm saying? So I know that he didn't want to come here. I knew about that history. Knew about the heavy, also Italian influence. They never colonized here, conquered here in Ethiopia, but I heard about their influence, right? But, that's one of the things that drew me to, coming to Ethiopia, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew about that. And so I was like, I really would like to visit, see how the people are, just kind of see how it is, So that's one of the things I would say that I knew. But, also in talking to, my cousin, whatever, he, referred some books to me and stuff like that. But I learned that Ethiopia, King Menelik II defeated Italy in 1896 in the Battle of Ottawa. So they conquered, they actually ran the Italians off, you know what I'm saying? But they did come back under Mussolini, and they occupied Ethiopia from 1935 to 1941. But Haile Selassie, he came with in restored independence, and he with I believe they said with help from Allied power, he restored independence. You know what I'm saying? Of Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? Just to like I said, just make sure the record was straight and that Ethiopia was gonna be a independent country. You know what I'm saying? So they never did get conquered or colonized by any European nation. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the main reasons I wanted to come. But I learned a number of things, you know what I'm saying, and studying about the, the history and historical significance of a number of things. What I did know also is that Eritrea and Ethiopia, under the Aksum Empire around, which started around 100 AD, were really kind of lands together. You know what I'm saying? I think they separated a little later on, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like separate entities, separate countries or whatever. Later on down the line, like it's a more modern day type of, significance or whatever, or a more of a modern day type of, phenomenon that they kind of separated and became their own countries. But from what I understand, on the Aksum Empire, they were, together. Matter of fact, even the countries, I believe, Nubia, Sudan, Eritrea, Ethiopia, the southern countries were considered Ethiopia, at the time, like Alexander was, thinking about trying to come down here and conquer, the southern, empire, or whatever, of Ethiopia, or whatever. They called it Ethiopia, which were the lands, like I said, Sudan or whatever, Eritrea, Ethiopia, those were all considered Ethiopia all together, know what I'm saying? Like I said, and later on, they are, kind of, I guess, what separated or became, independent of each other. But just learning that. And then things like Lalibela, King Lalibela, like built, monolithic churches, which still stands like UNESCO, like a modern UNESCO, like historical marker. In those 11 churches, they still stand. They said they are like historical sites where people go, to praise and worship or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're actually still, standing or whatever. Actually, I researched. I was about to see if we can go there while I'm here, but it's literally 14 hours away from where I'm at. But because I'm in Addis, Ababa. You know what I'm saying? So Addis Ababa is right by the airport in Ethiopia. So, what I'm saying, we came here and I'm pretty much like 5 minutes away from the airport. So other places are, far, pretty much far away. But plan to go to the National Museum of Ethiopia where it's Lucy, is there, the skeleton of Lucy is there, which is considered like the first human being noted in history. And actually they say that's what makes Ethiopia like the cradle of civilization, because they have Lucy there, like I said, which was identified as the oldest human remains, like skeletal remains ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to say, 1.2, 1.3 million years old. You know what I'm saying? So we'll go visit that probably tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, and check that out. But I learned a few things, you know what I'm saying? Historically, significant to Ethiopia, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, one of the main things that draw me here is the fact that, it never was colonized, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to visit the land, you know what I'm saying, and see the people and see how it was. And, you know what I'm saying, kind of see how, the people, interact with each other, and, even interact with me, coming here as I guess a person from the United States, and just to see, you know what I'm saying, how it is, so, and, so far it's been fair, you know what I'm saying? I know we have got, people, which is nothing, honestly. Some of the taxi drivers, where they kind of like, we feel like they may be trying to overcharge, but not really, because it's like taxi cab rides, we ain't paid no more than like $6-7 for a taxi cab ride. So here it's Burr, to the US dollar. And like, we just gave a taxi cab driver like 1,000 Burr, and in US dollars, it's like $6.50. So it's like, it's kind of like we're not tripping, but also we're not, we don't want to get taken advantage of either, you know what I'm saying? But, so far in the end, like the people are pretty much nice and hospitable, which I do like that, you know what I'm saying? Just traveling here, you know what I'm saying? I know they they say that, kind of watch yourself, watch yourself around, but you got to do that anywhere in the United States as well, you know what I'm saying? But kind of watch yourself, and, you know what I'm saying? You might, at nighttime, you know what I'm saying, you might not just want to just go walking and just roaming in the streets, you know what I'm saying? You're not from here, you know what I'm saying? So I understand that, I'm not tripping about that. But, so far I like it. The food is good. Matter of fact, we went to the Abyssinian restaurant. It's called Yoki. I think it's Yuk or something like that. You start with a Y. Yaki or Yoki. Abyssinian restaurant. And then like I had the fish. A lady had chicken. I actually liked the chicken. It had that that sauce is like that sauce like seasoning that in a, I know the name of it. It's like a, it's kind of similar to like what Jamaicans had a jerk sauce, but Ethiopians had a sauce. I don't know the name of it. It's like an Ethiopian sauce, man, but man, it tastes good with rice and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I had like a fried fish, like perch. I believe like you said it was fried perch. But anyway, like it was real good, like super good. Then I was kind of like eating off her plate and taking the scoop in the sauce, and I'll put it with the rice I had. So you know what I'm saying? It was really good. But I enjoyed, like we enjoyed it, getting out there. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing the people or whatever. Planning to go walking tomorrow in the city. Just to kind of get out. Just in the daytime, see how it is. We just literally got here like last night, whatever, and kind of got out late. We got some pizza, but Plan to get out, you know what I'm saying, sometime tomorrow morning, just go walking around, just, you know what I'm saying, see some stuff. Plan to go to that museum, like I said, too, you know what I'm saying, see how that is, because I know that I think that would be, kind of good. You know, I'm into history, too. I'm kind of like a history buff, you know, I'm a history buff. Like my cousin, you know what I'm saying, he done wrote books and all type of stuff, you know what I'm saying. My cousin Tony Browder, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like I said, that's why I'm studying. I'm sitting down, I'm studying for a couple of hours, like, man, trying to find out, he like, your history, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, you so right. I'm going to find out, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do some research, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I already knew some historical, you know what I'm saying, significant, information or whatever before coming here, which is what led me to, coming here. I had some, in the food, you know what I'm saying, is speaking of the food, I think coffee is like one of the it's like a historical or one of the main, like an important social social drink, or like a social pastime, or something that people, it's important, I guess, to the people. Matter of fact, they had popcorn on the side. They burned some, I don't know, was it incense? It was something they burned, like some, it looked like hookah rocks, but it wasn't hookah, of course. But it was like it was letting off, like steam or like smoke, you know what I'm saying? Then they brought the coffee and poured it for us. Like, instead of us pouring it ourselves or just bring it in a cup already, they poured it for us. As a matter of fact, I had went to the restroom, and they waited till I came back, because they like, I guess it was, like a cultural significant thing or whatever to do, and then pour it while you're there, you know what I'm saying? So they literally waited till I came back. And I asked for a little sugar, and we was thinking about trying to get some cream. They're like, no, we don't do cream, you know what I'm saying? So they put the sugar in the cup, then they poured the coffee, and it was like rich. It was like really good. And I know about coffee, you know what I'm saying, because I don't really drink coffee, but I just know as a kid, drinking my parents. They had Folgers, Maxwell, you know what I'm saying, drinking black, drinking drinking coffee with cream and sugar, you know what I'm saying? So I know the taste of coffee, even though I don't drink it. And drinking this coffee, because like I said, I want to taste it, because it's supposed to be culturally significant or whatever, or a cultural, pastime, or something that's a cultural drink, you know what I'm saying, that is considered, a significant thing, important, commodity, here in Ethiopia. I want to try it, you know what I'm saying? So trying it, man, is very, man, I think that's some of the best coffee I done ever had. We got Starbucks in America and all that, but that's, compared to here, you can just taste the richness of it, like I don't know, man, like a natural, it just tasted like natural, man, like a naturally, like a naturally rich coffee. You know what I'm saying? No preservatives, or no, no type of no cut in it. You know what I'm saying? Like we probably have, in America, you know what I'm saying? Not knocking, the brands of what we got there, but it's just not the same. That's the best way I can put it. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, that was good too, to experience that, to get something that, like I said, is culturally significant and considered a cultural commodity or whatever, and they, like I said, the way they serve it is very unique. And you know what I'm saying, I think culturally important, and just the significance of it, like I said, how they do it is kind of like it's kind of like they do it in a heightened fashion, you know what I'm saying? Like it's important to them to serve it in a certain way. Like I said, I went to the restaurant, they're like, oh, he's not here. We'll wait till he come back, and then they, like I said, asked me how much sugar I wanted, put that in the cup. They had popcorn on the side. They burnt the little rocks or whatever, and then poured the coffee, you know what I'm saying? And made sure I was good, you know what I'm saying? Small cup, wasn't a big cup. I know, like I said, in America, we used to eating big portions or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And, big cups or whatever, coffee or whatever. But this was like a small cup, and it was enough, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, it was like real good, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just think that today, man, it was good to get out, experience that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, experience the people. We're going to do some more. on the trip or whatever, and, do some things and get out. But you know what I'm saying, I just want to get on here and say that, because I just think that was important for me to say, seeing my cousin, telling me about, did I know the history, whatever. I told him, I know some things, you know what I'm saying. I don't know all of it, probably not like he does, but you know what I'm saying, I know, I think the most significant things of I said Queen Candace and Alexander not coming here because not want to face defeat from her, you know what I'm saying, and like I said, knowing about the significance of knowing about some of the other things historically, that, like I said, Ethiopia had never been colonized by any European nation, you know what I'm saying. Also, knowing about the Italian influence, you know what I'm saying, because it's crazy. Matter of fact, just speaking on this, it's a restaurant called Destin in Dallas, man, and I went over there, you know what I'm saying, me and my brother, you know what I'm saying, because my brother's into the culture as well, you know what I'm saying. He travels to Africa and different places in Africa, Egypt and stuff like that. Comes here, goes to Egypt, with my cousin Tony, on field trips and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They do. Matter of fact, they were doing Karakamoon. They were doing restoring the tomb of Karakamoon. And Karakamoon he was the elder statesman, I believe, in the 26th dynasty, I believe, something like the 25th or 26th dynasty. And he was, his significance of, he was responsible for pouring out the morning libation, you know what I'm saying, getting basically the, preparing the morning libation, and pretty much preparing the morning, other nation, preparing the nation for its, morning phase or morning part of the day, you know what I'm saying, getting that part together and getting that ready, you know what I'm saying. But I know my cousin and his daughter discovered that archaeologically, found his tomb, and so they started restoring it. My brother was coming over here to help my cousin Tony do that. So my brother had been over here a number of times for that, you know what I'm saying. But my brother goes, he to try to find, different spots to eat and support, Ethiopian restaurant. Matter of fact, we've been to, forget the name of the place in Ethiopia. In Atlanta, it's an Ethiopian spot we went to. But anyway, he always, supports the culture and stuff like that. But, coming back to the restaurant called Destin, Dallas, man, it's like, I ordered some spaghetti. I'm like, because I didn't understand the significance of it. I'm like, why do they have spaghetti in a, Ethiopian restaurant? But like I said, coming back, tying the historic. But yeah, after learning, like I said, about the historical significance of the Italian influence on Ethiopia, I understood why, you know what I'm saying, Desta, like I said, Ethiopian restaurant would have spaghetti, you know what I'm saying, as on the menu. And I'm like, I ordered it. It was the best spaghetti. I kid you not, the best spaghetti I ever had. And matter of fact, had salmon in it, like salmon bison. And I'm like, man, I was amazed. You know what I'm saying? So coming here is another thing too. We literally went to a pizza spot the other night here in Ethiopia, and the pizza was off the chain. Thin crust pizza off the chain. It was never had no tuna. Literally, it was called tuna and cheese pizza. Man, I'm talking about, it was fire. And they had like some type of white sauce on it. And then we had got extra tomato sauce. We was dipping in that, man. And I'm talking about, like, it was really good. Like, and I'm like, dang, like, this crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the food, culturally, man, the food is really good. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the food they have, I guess that would be considered, culturally related to, Italy or, Italian type food. It's good too. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, you know what I'm saying? I just think that, some of the, like I said, you eat some of the best food here, you know what I'm saying, compared to, you know what I'm saying, other places. I just think it's really, like, really good. You know what I'm saying? So I would say You know, the historically important things, man. You know, I think you come here, you can appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, this is a cool place to be because you're gonna eat some good food. You're gonna eat some good food. You know what I'm saying? And they got some, you know, like I said, historical things here, you know what I'm saying, that's worth, you know, a visit. It's worth, you know, paying a visit here, you know what I'm saying? I think it's good to come here for learning purposes, for the fact that they never been colonized, you know. So it's something about the people that like, hey man, we're independent people, you know what I'm saying? We not to be colonized, you know what I'm saying? We're not a people to be, you know what I'm saying? We're not a people to be, you know, yeah, we got to be free. You know what I'm saying? We are free people, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's some of the things. You know, it's like I said, like drew me to it, and I just wanted to check out. You know, coming here, and I'm glad I did. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not really, and honestly, another thing too, man, I'm not really. While I'm going through my phase, you know what I'm saying, a building, you know what I'm saying, trying to create a business empire, whatever. I'm to me, you know, I can sacrifice not having to go on vacation or whatever. But like I said, it's just good that I did to see it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, while I had it, I'm more like a stoic. Um, I'm willing to bear the sacrifice, of, you know, make a sacrifice if I have to get to where I'm trying to go. Instead, you know, before you know I guess enjoy myself, enjoy the fruits of it. You know what I'm saying? So, but kind of leaning on, you know, what my lady said, kind of what my brother said, my homeboy Lamar, you know, we be talking like, man, you better enjoy yourself. Try to enjoy some of the stuff you're doing. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. You know why you still living, because you know tomorrow ain't promised, which is right. You're right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, tomorrow ain't promised to us. You never know what might happen, man. So live your life, you know what I'm saying? Try to enjoy things while you can, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Just try to, you know what I'm saying, be blessed, you know, in life and be blessed with, you know what I'm saying, some of the things you are doing, you know, especially like business related or whatever, you know, you trying to, you know, build your business, whatever, try to still enjoy yourself, you know, because I'm hard, like I said, I'm hard. I'm gonna go hard in the paint till I get where I'm at and don't care about all the other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because I be feeling like, man, I don't deserve no vacation. I don't deserve to be in no club. I ain't where I want to be at, you know what I'm saying? Some people see me and like, oh, man, you doing this? Nah, man, I'm not where I want to be at, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I have to just continue to, you know, I guess you got to have a balance, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's just kind of how it is, you know? You know, I was over here, matter of fact, I'm over here trading today, you know what I'm saying? I'm trading a little too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to need to be enjoying my vacation. I'm trying to I gotta win some money back. You know what I'm saying? I'll be vacation, be looking at the market tomorrow, man. I guess I'm kind of caught up on that too. You know what I'm saying? But you know, hey, you know, like I said, I think that it was cool. Cool that I came on over here, man, and like I said, kind of trying to see what it is, see the people, and you know, kind of put the historical context of what I know to the actual, or how do you say actual, the factual concept of it. You know what I'm saying? And actually coming here. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it is. You know, you can have a ideological perspective of things before you actually come and actually see how it is. And you know, but I can say, man, the people seem humble, man. They seem humble. You know, it's a lot going on. Yeah, we seen some, you know, people on they stay up late. Man, they stay up late here. I ain't gonna even kid you. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like, say, man, we was acting like we was vampire because we got here so late though the other day. Got out, we didn't get out till about like what, 2 or 3 in the morning, or was it 12? About 12, 1 o'clock, something like that. Didn't get back till about 3. Then I'm fooling around, you know what I'm saying, up here, messing around on my phone, and get in the shower and all that, man, to about like, I don't know, about 5, 6, and get in bed till about 6. I know the sun was up by the time I got in bed. So, you know, but still, like I said, the people, I think they humble, mild-mannered people. I've seen that. I can't say that. I think the people, like I said, went to that restaurant, the people know how to have a good time as well. You know what I'm saying? The food is good. You know, I think there are, you know, I would say it's opportunities, you know what I'm saying, here, if I guess if we could bond with our people a little more here and possibly do some things like, I don't know, maybe business related, I don't know, like bring some ideas here or them, bringing some of their ideas there, you know what I'm saying? Like it could be like some type of thing, I don't know, like Ethiopian coffee shops. You know what I'm saying? Everybody love coffee. You know what I'm saying? Everybody love Starbucks. And I know the coffee that I had today, Starbucks can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? So just stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It could be some things, you know what I'm saying, that we could really I think we could really do, you know what I'm saying, with our people, man. Bond with our people here. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm always, regardless of where I am, I'm always love, you know what I'm saying, our people. Black people everywhere, the diaspora, you know what I'm saying, about people, it don't matter where we are, you know what I'm saying, whether it be Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, you know what I'm saying, other places in Africa, you know what I'm saying, Brazil, wherever it may be, South America, some of our people, saying other places, you know what I'm saying, I know some of our people in Asia as well, you know what I'm saying, London, especially our brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, in America, you know what I'm saying, so I'm always, root for black people, man, love black people. And, I want us to be together, man, you know what I'm saying? Just be united, you know what I'm saying? So I would say that, from, like I said, an ideological perspective to a practical and reality, realistic, pragmatical perspective, you know what I'm saying? I would, I always try to put the, two together, you know what I'm saying? Ideologically, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I want to see, our people, man, together and, all the stuff I read about and have heard about, want to see that. I wish all of that would still be the same, you know what I'm saying? Which is not, you know what I'm saying? Because, the fact that, we reached our height of rule and, intellectual capacity in Egypt coming out the South and building that up, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how it always goes. So I tell them later, I say it always happens like that. The kings come out the South. The South is where you have the more humble beginnings of the people. And the people evolve and push north. Same thing here in Africa, same thing happened in America. Of course, we were being oppressed in the South, and our people more, I guess you want to call themselves more urban, you know what I'm saying, aspect of our people moved and migrated north from the South and became more urban and kind of built up the urban centers, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I would say, man, I know, you know what I'm saying, what happened to us, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm on a mission to try to bring us back to a state of greatness, you know what I'm saying? So, no matter how it happened, you know what I'm saying? I just know stuff that is happening in America, in other places in the world, it can't continue to happen. It can't continue to happen, you know what I'm saying? We ain't nobody's footstool, And like I said, I'm always have my detractors like, oh man, you talking that crazy talk. Black people don't care about this. Black people don't want that. But like I said in the video prior to this, black people, we are great people. You know what I'm saying? It's just some things that happen to us that have the oppression that we'll face. Some of the things we'll face, especially in America, that has defeated us in our mind. That's why I had to come here, because I want to see how the people are. Because if they never did get colonized, that means in some form or fashion, they're not defeated in their mind. And they are free people. And they are not to be nobody's footstool or to be oppressed or to be made a colonized nation or colonized country. So some is there. Some is there. Like I said, they humble. I seen the people, they humble. You know what I'm saying? Like a humble spirit. And I feel like a humble spirit, a meek spirit, like they say, the quiet people you don't want to mess with. That's why I feel the people are quiet and humble, but you don't want to play no games with them. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm just trying to tap into that, you know what I'm saying? And relate that to our people and see how we could, maybe, I don't know, man, learn an example from the Ethiopian people, man. So we can, do something to, for the betterment of our people and to rise up to where we're not anybody's footstool or we're not being oppressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are, in America, have been oppressed. in America. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just want to get on here and say that, man. I think that's significant. You know, I'm glad I came here. I think, you know what I'm saying, somehow, our people, it's cool to come here, man. Maybe experience it and, just see how it is, you know what I'm saying, for yourself. In other places in Africa, bomb with your people, wherever you want to go. Maybe another place, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, bomb with your people, maybe on business or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We all can help build each other up. No matter where, don't matter where we are, you know what I'm saying? The diaspora people, our people, no matter where we are, think we can build each other up, you know what I'm saying? Physically, you know what I'm saying, would say mentally, spiritually, economically, you know what I'm saying, emotionally, you know what I'm saying, because like I said, I'm probably leaning on the Ethiopian people, man, for some of they spirit of strength, you know what I'm saying, from not being colonized, to see how we can tap into that, man, to where we can, like I said, man, we can incorporate some of their fierceness and meekness to, and turn that into power, you know what I'm saying, and where we, not, so, marginalized in America. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, I'm going to get up off here. I just want to say that, I appreciate everybody checking out my videos too. You know what I'm saying? I know I done reached a certain milestone. I know it ain't really much, but some people, my people like my videos, and I appreciate that. Appreciate people tuning in, man. You know what I'm saying? I really do. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm going to get off here. You know what I'm saying? Till next time, I'll probably record a video tomorrow. I'll probably get some footage of, some of the city, you know what I'm saying? Some of the, just things going on around, you know what I'm saying, the area, whatever, in Ethiopia, where the Addis Ababa is where I am, you know what I'm saying, or Addis Ababa, you know what I'm saying, Addis, Ababa, however you want to pronounce it, you know what I'm saying, but anyway, I'm going to get off here to the next time, y'all, hope, maybe share this, somebody might like, somebody might find some important, information on her, share it with, family, friends, whatever, you know what I'm saying, so might help them. But anyway, until next time, y'all. Love y'all. All right, y'all.
Fuck it, go ahead and blow off the dough. Step through the maze, man, and became amazing. About to rewrite history and change a page in a crooked book that never told us the true story. Like how we were kings and queens before the slave story, before the killing, stealing, and drug dealing on some real shit. We ran the world.